Greetings, thank you for joining tonight's broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. That's right, I forgot about it. California's on fire again. I guess that's that time of year. Freaking ridiculous. Obviously, there's lessons there that need to be learned, unfortunately. Something about California teaching a lot of people lessons. There's a lot going on there that people do not want to see. So, meaning that the truth is there, but many turn their heads. Corruption, whatever it might be, Hollywood and all that nonsense. There's much more there. It's just, I don't know. Eventually that will change, but that seems to be the energy I'm getting from that. So we're going to do a Jinn Channeling. Why not, right? We're going to go into, if Neutron's ever going to come out, I don't know, he's got stuff going on, so. We're going to go into Jinn subject matter also there. Might as well. I haven't done this in ages. That's why I put the date on the video, because I know I've channeled them before, but I don't really remember. Maybe I haven't, but either way. When you first get involved with this, it's not something you just dive right into. Not with these guys. Now, you have to be kind of know who you are to be able to bring them in, or to connect with them, or whatever it might be. If you think you know who you are, and you really don't, yeah, it's you can get possessed. For the most part, I believe, because yesterday I felt them around, but I'm not used to them, so I just brought in the Arcturians. But still connected to the Jinn. Obviously, people look at it different ways, but yeah, they have a different perspective of things. Obviously, they're used for, the weak, to strengthen the soul when those people get taken over, but also it shows that the Jinn is also a soul learning how to advance itself, how to become very intelligent. So it possesses somebody or whoever it might be to become a strong energy. It makes sense. Not to say, you call them stupid or whatever it might be, but then again, so I guess that means we're all smart, I guess, in the most messed up way ever. But yeah, it just shows that younger souls use it, become a Jinn to learn how to grow, basically. So some might see a negative one. Yeah, it's growth. Yeah, because there was one that I believe it was like a girl had a relationship with, and her boyfriend committed suicide. Do you see like a Jinn energy there? He commits suicide. I keep seeing him commit suicide over and over again. Have not figured himself out yet. So that's just a darkness within the soul has not quite come out of it. So the Jinn energy. So connecting to the Jinn, you gotta be careful, of course. I've been doing this long enough, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm not used to them. I'm not used to seeing them around or anything. I don't connect to them. I don't think about it. I got other things going on. Yeah, I got enough stuff. I need to connect to this being and that being. It's like, forget it. Take a number. I can't connect to everything. So, the beings I usually connect to, I don't go around connecting to aliens all the time, every day. I connect to planet plating and all that. I'm just trying to get through the day. I go through my higher senses usually. If they're right or wrong, that's another story. But alien beings, I kind of let them connect with me. I don't really go out and reach out to them very often, unless they got a message for me. But usually I just connect to my own, spirit group, you can say. So, all right. So, where are we going? One second. Not there. Okay, there's a new to all this inventory. Whatever this is.com. We have private sessions throughout the week. We're at a channel. Google Hands, Zoom in channeling by phone. Shop here around 5 to 10 days for delivery. Same situation here. We have other channels and healers I do recommend. Social network and Absolute Awesomes. Thank you for your support. There was a message they had, but one moment. Of course, for those that are out there, yeah, I always do a grounding every single day. Even before I do these channelings, before I do a private session, even before I answer a question, I do a grounding and a clearing, always. So especially connecting to these beings. So these beings do have a respect for you if you do that. If you don't, they're going to take your ass over. So, or attach themselves to it, wherever it might be. Bring a reptilian in to kick your ass wherever the hell it is. This person's weak, let's beat the shit out of them. So, but that's how they learn, and that's how we all learn in the long run. I mean, a lot of times when you get your ass kicked, you do learn a great deal. So it's not always the end of the world. So sometimes the best thing that ever happened to people, of course, is the hard lessons. So this also, with retro, I was going to go into my lifetimes of when I was blowing planets up and stuff like that. Well, a lot of that had to do with worlds that just were not evolving, or won't evolve. They just keep doing the same thing over and over again. So okay, you're already done all that. It's time to go. A lot of people are not going to agree with that, but people don't like change. That's for damn sure. I'd say it was positive, but however we'll look at it. But there's always positive and all kinds of stuff, however you want to look at it. One thing when I connected to the Jinn here is basically people that are focusing on others are so busy focusing on others, it's another excuse to not look at themselves. Which makes them an easy target and easy. When you're looking at everybody else but you, I mean, you're going to look at others for, a half a second, learn from them. But if you're obsessed over somebody, that shows that internally you have a lot to work on. So now there might be those, like some of the others out there that, if there's channelers out there that just like, there's some corruption going on there. And kind of keep an eye on their shit. That's a little bit different. That's kind of like, there's like a war in astral going on with stuff like that. I'm not focusing on that, but give an example. But okay, for the Jinn, one moment. All right, we'll do a conscious connection because I don't think I want to bring them in. I'm not liking that. So they are teachers of the earth. They are basically to strengthen the soul. Souls here have been so easy manipulated. They go into those exploits and actually advance the person that's going through that. There is possession through different beings. Once again, that now the people that get possessed by darker entities, those people were most likely a dark entity in their lifetime also. So that door was already open. So that's like a reflection of themselves. You see the exorcists and all that, exorcisms and all that. That was a demon trying to heal, become a more positive, soul. You can call them a demon, you don't have to, but a lot of them are demons actually. But they're reconnecting to their family. It's like a family reunion. Shit. And that same thing goes with any type of possession. It's a family reunion. Look, you thought you can be positive or whatever it is. Think again. They pulled you back in. Have Thanksgiving dinner with those guys. So, and that's the thing about families. They bring in a lot of negativity for reunions and family get-togethers for selfish reasons. It's once again, it's you doing this, you doing that, but no self-reflection, of course, is being manifested on a high level. So people would go to Thanksgiving or Christmas and get ridiculed. Yes, it is a reflection of it. So basically, the soul has not gotten itself together. It has not reflected back that energy it's bringing it in. So it's basically asking to be made fun of and all that. There's nothing wrong with that. It just shows that there's a lot to basically get a firm grip of yourself, grow up, or it's time to change. The Jinn, yes, was originated in the different place. One of them was Sirius, and there's a Jinn world. Yes, many of them. They're actually ascended masters, and they come to this world basically to speed things up. Yes, they are trickster energies, but aren't humans tricksters also? Well, you look at businesses these days, you look at the government, isn't that ran by a trickster energy? It's all around that. So basically, once again, it showed to take the adolescence of the soul and to have it get older. A lot of old souls here, and there are a few that are here that are actually humble. There's more that are just super egos. I know everything. I'm this. I'm that. Those are your higher number places on your YouTube. It's like a big ego against another ego. We know everything. When it comes to find, we don't know shit. So, so jinns are master manipulators, but not always for the negative. It's actually to advance the soul into a higher perspective. It's to speed things up. Yes, you fall down, you hit the ground, but you weren't so much. Now you connect to a positive jinn, you go to a higher capacity, meaning you can ascend your world quicker. And this is why they're here, to actually speed things up on all levels, not to be afraid. Fear is just another way of showing I'm not ready. I'm ready to just not go in. I want change. Fear is just not wanting to change. Positive jinn is basically, yes, the positive genie of the soul. Every soul, you can say, has a jinn of their own, meaning manifestation. Meaning that anyone can connect to that power and manifest for others and yourself. And that is key. I mean, yes, you manifest for others, but also giveth and take away. So you kind of connect to more of your God energy. Atlanteans had this power and used it well. Then of course they got corrupted, but it needed that. The humans got corrupted and faltered a great deal. But that was the schooling of this, the joys of it. Yes, a hellish joy. Basically, a lot of negative jinns just took over the planet. The Arab world messes up the mind, closes it down, makes it want to worship somebody. So, you think it's in the Arab world, but actually it's everywhere. The mindset, how to shut the mind down. You can turn it on anytime you want. Most choose not to. It's easier. So you're so used to other minds that are shut down and wonder why the world is the way it is. And the religions are Arabic, religions technically, even Jewish religion, even you could say even Roman, Catholic is kind of like an Arabic. And it all connects together in the long run. They're all little bits of each other. But it still comes back to higher dimensional beings that don't put up for a world that just doesn't want to change, evolve. So you're not going to evolve, we're going to come here and play. This is our playground. We're going to take over it until you get your act together. It's ours. We are allowed to. So the jinn is basically a higher dimensional spirit. Some are stronger than Arcturians. Arcturians do have their own ways of doing things. Every being, but Arcturians are brutal in their own. But it's a teaching. It's like, think if you have a hard teacher, a teacher that wants to just put your face in the ground, basically, kind of kick your ass. But then you power yourself up, and you embrace your own abilities, and then you become friends. That's what your world is learning right now. How to be friends with the world. Yourself first, of course, but the world's going to be friends. People are going to be more friends with each other. Of course, many aren't ready for that. Because you're not even a friend with yourself. You're a friend with yourself, you can connect with others, and that's when the earth becomes like a giant light bulb of positivity. Then you can take your ascendant warnings to other places. Right now, it's still part of a closed-minded reality of manipulation. So removing that manipulation is taking in your own power, but also allowing your own manifest, your genie energy to come. Of course, not everybody is ready for it for various reasons, because there's lessons to be learned, but it is capable. Yeah, there's a lot of lessons basically of building a foundation. It's like you grow as a tree, but you gotta build your foundation as a tree first before you start sprouting out. So, one moment. A lot of jinns are connected, yes, to magicians, and magicians can manipulate energies, manipulate realities, and a higher dimensional self is definitely here to help evolve society to a new world. So basically, humanity can be switched over in a day. Obviously, it doesn't want it to be, but it can be, and you can ascend and go to other worlds and other places without a problem. Your government can be switched over to a more open and more free environment to humanity, but chooses not to. Instead, it has secrets. A world with secrets to show that it's a world not ready to see itself. Because basically, you're going to be living in a world with no secrets at all. What's the what for? So, a secretive world is showing that the world is not ready to embrace itself, see itself. It is hiding from itself. Humanity is hiding. Humanity does not want to see what's really. So it takes knowledge and hides it, and then it complains that it can't get it. Well, actually, it can. It just chooses not to. Because the collective's not going to be able to do it anymore, eventually. And so it's going to have to get the information that it doesn't want to hear. But, it's the only way for growth. So, yes, of course, when you say things people don't want to hear, you're seen as the villain. And you're, whatever it might be, whatever name label is brought to you is one reflection of those saying it to you, not of yourself, of course. A bearer of light can be seen a bearer of somebody of evil, only because you're here to bring in change, help evolve society. A society does not want to evolve at all. And you can say also, Yeshua had some trickster energies around him. And he's going through a great deal of grief because he could have done a lot more for humanity, but instead got pulled into the religions. He didn't have to have that. He wanted to be a leader, but instead he became a worship. He became a symbol of worship, and that wasn't really the intention. But it shows he has a lot of difficulty. He has a lot to heal right now. There's a lot of. Just because he's a powerful healer does not mean he doesn't have his own issues. And just people don't want to see it. They don't want to hear it. But he's got a lot of problems. Alright. Okay, we're going to connect to... Right, one moment. We're out that. Okay, that's what they had to say for right now. There's a lot more, but we'll just leave it at that. They're just testing the waters at this time. Alright, we're going to go to another energy that talks about the Jinn. Let's see here. Alright, we connect to the Palladians? Yeah. Greetings to you, we are the Palladians. The Jinn are, yes, the teachers of the earth. There are actually many here that are spiritual teachers that are Jinn origins and don't even know it. Those are the ones that can do magic on their own. Now, they don't always show it, but they can do it. So basically, they are here to not slow down the earth, but to work with it. They are knowing that they slow themselves down. They can actually speed themselves up, become an ascended being. Teachers on this planet, even your school teachers, a lot of them are, yes, ascended masters from other planets. And this one, but a lot of teachers here are aliens, basically. They're here to teach what they have learned from other worlds about Earth. Yes, it may be a limited perspective, but they're so fascinated by teaching this limited point of view. It so fascinates them that humans want to learn from a limited idea system. Even with physics can go much further, but it is a limited science, actually. There's a lot of mysteries that are unknown. It can open itself up, and it will eventually to a spiritual development. The Jinn here, yes, is one part. You can also have sun beings here, sun alien beings. You do have them here, but they don't show themselves. Light bearers. Basically, they can change the vibrations of your planet, change the colors of your water. Yes, they're not normally seen on your... Well, they are here, but they're not... they can basically change the infrastructure of your planet. Where it's a whole nother degree. Basically, when it's nighttime, they can make it day. without a problem. So light bearers. Something that, when you have weather and anomalies where, yes, most likely they're around. Not seen usually. And our connection with your planets, the Pleiadian energy connected to you, basically for you to see more of yourselves. Yes, your reflection of each other, yes, is in your media, your movies, basically humanity looking the other way from itself. Controllers running your world because humanity does not want to take control of its own. Basically, now the world, humanity is slowly becoming more independent creatively. Creative, independent people are getting stronger here. And that's really how it's supposed to be. Instead of one big corporation running creativity, his idea is going to go to more independent, where everybody is independent creator and the big corporations kind of fizzle away. Eventually. Independent creators, independent healers, independent spiritualism, independent science, because you're all going to see science in a different way too. It's like your science is going to be different than someone else's science. And your language is different from someone else's language. But you combine them, and that's where your language is actually created. That's where science created also. Different sciences and languages blended together. So of course you don't see it in that way. You wonder where, when you look at some of these languages on this planet, it's like, what am I looking at? A lot of those things coming from different star systems, once again, mashed together on your planet. Channeled, the different areas, different individuals. The world's having difficulties seeing itself. Realize you can go forward right now. Most of your collective decides not to. But many of you are ringing the bell, getting it going by basically speaking your mind, can continue to do it. Realize how many of you are going to channel, heal, open up to your abilities, whatever it might be. Flying might be one eventually, but that one's going to take some time. Doesn't mean it won't happen. As each of you are individually awakening to your own abilities, whatever it might be, it could be an artist, doesn't mean you have to tell the world of your abilities, but you're tapping into your own vibration, or higher dimensional vibration. You don't need to be on a video, you don't need to be, you just could be at your home, connecting to your own abilities. That's all that matters. And because the world feels it. No matter, you can be in your closet doing this, it doesn't really matter. The universe, the planet feels it. And you inspire others while you're knowing it. That's what you're here to realize. So many are looking for fame, fortune, all that spirituality. If you can connect to one, if you do like a tarot reading and just do it for one person once a month, and it's always some kind of stranger, that's a gift. The people that you are finding, people are looking for fame, fortune all the time on your planet. What's it's showing is like, oh, if I don't have that, it means I'm a failure. Far from it. As a programming of your planets, that is, yes, been ingrained into it, that's going to eventually lift off. I mean, if you're talking to an individual and opening up their vibration, that's all you need. You don't have to be two people, it doesn't have to be three people, it can be one person. And it can be one person, and that's it for your entire lifetime. That's what's opening up to your world realities, multi-dimensional selves. Basically, connected to your own universe, not going by the laws of anyone. The laws of your universe. You make your own reality. Your own physics, your own language, your own everything. Once again, you connect to others. Some of you feel like you probably say something that people don't understand, but you understand it. Or some of you don't understand it. But there's no wrong at all. It might be wrong to another somebody because it's not part of your universal energy. People have difficulties understanding that. It's rules. Your rules, you have your own rules, yes. But people think that their rules are your rules, and that's not how it works. So, believe whatever you want, basically, is what we say. What does your energy field say to you? Because you know more about yourself than anybody else will ever will. You know about new dimensions, new realities. Yes, open up your God energy. People say you're not a God, think again. Yes, you are. All of you are. You have not tapped into it because you're told you're a mere mortal with no powers, but you're powering yourselves up, and humanity is scared, doesn't like it, doesn't want to hear it, wants to shut it down because the slave mentality done, yes, by much of the Anunnaki. The reason done by the Anunnaki and other beings, most of the Anunnaki shut it down because humanity was destroying itself. It's like, that's why it shut it down. It had to be controlled because it was absolutely destroying itself. It would just wipe this planet off the universe. And it's like it was a masterpiece of disaster, but the universe needed it. So shutting it down, and yes, it might go, yes, controlled by the Jinn, going to masses, not thinking straight, not thinking for itself. But at least it's here, like when you're ready to start thinking for yourselves, then you release the old programmings. That's the hardest thing. So as a humanity, yes, we call it a herd mentality, it's because people aren't, yes, not ready to connect to their own abilities, of course. So there's nothing wrong about being a herd mentality. At least you're alive. Because the last thing, you connect to your powers when you're not ready, and then you don't have a planet. Because one person technically can destroy this whole world with your thoughts. Just to let you know. Last thing you need is that. Yes, you can call this hurricanes with your mind. You can do all kinds of things with your minds. You're not realizing how powerful your minds truly are. So yes, there's a beauty you can bring in. And this is why the aliens are slowing down humanity, because their thoughts aren't always on the right thing for everyone's best. They're in for money, but not for just everyone's well-being. It takes time for that. So let's see. All right, much love, everyone. Blessings.